Sorry, a little windy, but anyway, welcome to another edition of What the Fuck, happening in the YouTube atheist community and Stickham fun. Hope the noise won't be too outrageous. Anyway, it's supposed to be a nicer day than this, but take what you can get. So, the debate fun, I don't know what I said, but yeah, the debate fun was adequate. Interesting sort of night, kind of. Some guy in the beginning was pretty astute, asked pretty interesting questions, pretty good conversation, did some physics stuff that I thought went pretty well. I like the physics stuff, of course. And, just answering his questions sort of solidified my arguments a little. And so I really got to write up my physics paper. All the things I have to do, but yeah, I really got to work on that one. Anyway, then, yeah, I don't know, we talked about crap. Did some talk about anti-natalism, of course. And this, that, and the other thing. Then some dead space in the middle there. Talked about movies again, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then Piro. We did some talking about the internet and YouTube and the law and the DMC and all that crap. And so that was okay-ish. And then we talked at the end with Piro about software and the debate site. And he's going to finish up his mapping toy thingy. And then maybe work on this, just creating a tool that we can all use that'll provide added value information as we explore our YouTube fun. Which might be very interesting if we can make some, if we can share our contributions and turn them into a single kind of creation that we can put our own signature on and do our own way, that kind of crap. But we'll have the value of whatever assets each other has to contribute. Piro's a professional, I am not, so there's going to be a different level to the contribution, I presume. But I do have I'm pretty good at the innovative stuff and such. Snake, where'd he go? Hello, Mr. Snake. No, don't come out. Probably snap me in the leg as I go by. Anyway, it was not a bad conversation kind of thingy. There's a middle portion I had to cut out of the MP3, so it's in two pieces because there was no, I couldn't get back into Tiny Chat for like a half hour, whatever the hell it was. So that was sort of a bitch. And I stayed a little later than I should have, so I'm good and tired. And whatever. But it wasn't, all in all, not terrible, and such. So moving on. I am in the process of making a response video to Edible Napalm. He made a long video response to me, which is quite adequate. I deserve that every now and then. But yeah, it's really hard to respond to an hour and 7-minute video. But I'm going to do it anyway. And, it's so hard not to react because everything he says is a pile of shit. I didn't know he was such a lying scum. But anyway, it's just a huge irritant, but that's the internet. It's a huge irritant. It's just so strange how you really don't know people. You think you know people, and then you say, "Holy shit! I didn't think that's what that guy was about." So very strange turn of events and such. When somebody like Edible Napalm, who's the only way he gets back on YouTube is basically breaking the terms of service, creating new accounts and all that kind of crap. So you sort of have to be willing to be a bit of a scoundrel to play the game. And that's okay with him. Corporations can do whatever they want, blah, 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 blah. And it's just such disgusting rhetoric. The corporations should do what we tell them to. That's that simple. We should have the power, and we don't seize it. because of the very kind of person he is. And just to be a petty asshole, he actually broke cigarettes in front of the camera. I love that crap. That's, it reminds me of the old days when Tommy from the Bronx, burned printer money in a video. Whatever. I mean, that whole tactic of, waste in defense of a grotesque, obviously discriminatory tax, which is just so ironic. It makes you think back into the original fraud, of even our democracy. The tea tax, and the idea that it was cheaper tea in the harbor, which was the irony. It was a frickin' trade war. It wasn't about a tea tax. It was about the domestic tea companies, wanting the British subsidized tea out of their country. So it was nothing but a trade war. But anyway, everything is just so perverse and distorted and just disappointing. So anyway, my reaction to this disappointing circumstance is doing this philosopher roundtable thing, which I'm hopeful will help create part of the mechanism me and Piro were talking about, in terms of creating an accountability, kind of force the argument to its completion. Don't allow people to, hit and run in terms of their attacks. If you're going to say something about somebody, back it up or don't say it. Hey, pup. How you doing? Okay. Bulldog. Bulldogs. Anyway, classic bulldog too. It's classic Butch the Bulldog kind of thing. White and bulldoggy. Anyway, so yeah, I think it'll work out in the end. It's just going to take a while to get the wheels on this car and get it rolling good. And the editing is going to suck up some of my time, but that might be good because maybe I'll make less videos and more of these subject-oriented ones, that I've been talking about, and kind of try to make sort of the catches. You get into some of these. It's like I made quite a few brain-style videos related to the subject of free will. The last one I posted called Control Will, or Will Control, or whatever it is. I think it's a very good complementary video. So it's almost like there should be maybe some longer videos tied as like research material that would be tied to the conversation. So you'd have some of this preliminary work already done, and be able to have a broader conversation relating to the points raised in that material, even linked to maybe a Sam Harris video or some other person who's talked on a subject, and discuss in the framework they create, which might be a good way to approach it. Oblige the participants to stay within a certain frame of argumentation. So anyway, that's the logistics. No point in talking about that in this video. But so things are mushing along. Do what you can. That's all you can do. Just do your part, so to speak. So Modern Mystic posted another garden video, the last of the season, he says, but he did a really nice job on his greenhouse. It's a polytunnel or whatever he called it. So he does good work. Very good. Hired laborer, maybe. There's Speedo Bandito. He's the guy who almost ran me over yesterday. Goes flying down this lumpy path, 50 miles an hour. Crazy. Anyway, I should critique. I used to bomb my motorcycle down here, so I suppose I should not be too hypocritical. But motorcycles have nicer seats, so you're not likely to bust your nuts as much. But anyway, it's a whole nother subject. Probably everything relates to busting a nut one way or another. It's probably the common theme underlying the entire universe. So, yeah, I'm really feeling tired. I have a long way to go yet. I'm only halfway. Well, more than that. But anyway, alright, so there's anything else? What else is news? Think of news. Yeah, well, like I said, I'm kind of disappointed on the participation on the philosopher roundtable thing. But we'll see what we can do. Encourage some other people to play along. Let's see. Conference Report keeps making videos that they're getting less and less relevant. He just posted now a tag video, an old style 1942 internet tag video. And you're just like, man, this guy's he's getting generation gapped or something. He's just living in the hippie land of the internet or something. Let's all do a tag video. I'll tag you, and like you do a word and I'll do a word, and we'll like have word association, and it'd be so much fun. No, it won't. So yeah, just and you got Skeptical Heretic and Skid Row and Puro and that Riff guy and whoever else is in on it, having this big old fight about stupid Syria. And I guess more precisely the WikiLeaks fiasco bullshit thingy. And I haven't had much of an opinion on the subject, just because I'm sort of a, if you're gonna be a kamikaze pilot, you really can't complain about being killed and being on fire and shit. And that sort of goes with the job. So if you're basically going to be a traitor, and narc out the president and fuck with the CIA and the FBI and screw around with everybody, you got to expect you're going to make your life a little bit messy. You're going to be inconvenienced a bit. If you don't have that expectation, you're just too stupid. And really, to me, this isn't the way to run a railroad. The thing we should have learned from WikiLeaks is that we need a better Justice Department. We need a better place for people to go with information they acquire through their performance of their job of other people breaking the law. We need a place for cops to go to rat on cops. We need, where people don't get ruined for it. I mean, we have to have real whistleblower protection, but more important, we have to have an investigation agency that isn't owned by the two political parties. Because obviously the two parties are in cahoots now. They're both warmongering parties. They're both fucking covert fuck the Constitution parties. And there needs to be another branch of government that we elect to just force these guys to fess up when they fuck up. It's that simple. I think if we did have the right to vote on who would be monitoring, controlling such a branch of government, that we would try to find people who are just honest Johns who just want to do the right thing. And there's times where there's information that can't just be released because it compromises too many people and too many positions. But there's got to be some punitive damage. There's got to be some realization that we've investigated. We found substantial personal and organizational criminal behavior. And there's going to be a price to pay for that. It's a difficult circumstance, but we're not doing anything to fix it, except saying, well, somehow we should let criminals run the world, and that's bullshit. It's just wrong for people to violate their job contract. I mean, you can't have every employee of the CIA decide who and what information they're going to release to the public. I mean, that just ain't going to work. So anyway, it's almost a separate subject, but man, the weather is degrading. This is pissing me off. It almost looks like it might rain on me. That's not appropriate at all. We were supposed to be working this Sunday. Fuck. Yeah, I'm jamming on this. Yeah, it's like I had to walk too far. I was too tired, walk too far. I drank too much coffee. What else can I complain about? I'm on planet Earth. Everything is kind of dismal. You know, the camera's wobbling too much lately. Yeah, my hands are really, this hand anyway, the camera hand is kind of fucked up lately. So I gotta fix that somehow. I'll glue some cardboard to it or something. And there's horse poo on the path, and just a lot of difficulties here. Yeah, this weaving of the camera is just a bad idea. So I think that's, you know, the rest is all same old, same old bullshit arguments ad nauseum. So I am going to try to change that, you know, focus the arguments and try to get some of this stuff nailed down. But we'll see if that's possible. Whether we're just doomed for history to just keep repeating itself and for the same arguments to be made over and over and over and over forever. Yeah. The same, you know, trail of tears. Just keep redoing, making the same mistakes over and over, and such, and blah blah blah. So, I guess that'd be all. Till next week. Anyway, for the what the fuck, and see what happens this week. They're all weeks. You know, it's all kind of an adventure. But yeah, frankly, I'm not too keen on adventuring. So anyway, that's to be all. Till next time and such.